Hey yo, what is up everybody? It's B Milton. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host here on the Redskins review. And you guys, I'm gonna mute this. Watching the draft live here at my house. The Bengals just selected Joe Burrow, so we're just gonna sit here and talk until it's the Redskins choice, and we get to see what the Redskins do. First things first, I gotta talk about this. How is it that the NFL and the whole production team is making a joke about the about booing Roger Goodell, and like how's that a thing? How's that a joke? That even the NFL knows that everybody hates Roger Goodell, and it's a joke. Now, how about you get rid of the dude? If everybody hates him, how is he still here? I don't get that. Why is that a thing? How's that a good business practice that everyone in the entire league hates this dude's guts, but yet you keep him in? I don't get it. Like how's it a joke? How are they going to sit here on television and make a joke out of it and be like, we know everybody hates this guy, but hey, he's going to be here forever. It makes no sense. So we're watching Joe Burrow highlights. Before we get into the Redskins, we're on the clock. We got six and a half minutes here. Just to get into a few things. First of all, to run down the list of stuff. The XFL was awesome. I really enjoyed the XFL. It sucks that they are saying that it's not coming back. I am not in the camp where I'm completely thinking that the XFL is not going to come back. I think it did so well that there's a chance that it might come back. If you think about it, hey, there's like the quarterback PJ Walker who got signed by an NFL team. If you think about it, all we needed to do was have the XFL finish this season out, and then there would have been so many more people coming to the XFL because they're sitting here watching people get signed by NFL teams, and they're tired of sitting around and just waiting for a chance to play or whatever. So they would go out, and more people would be willing, and more higher caliber players would be willing to go and play in the XFL to try to get a chance to get back on an NFL team. So I'm just kind of watching the picks and stuff here in the background. Joe Burrow, we kind of already knew that. We should know what the pick is for the Redskins. Now I'm gonna throw this out there. There's only two things we can do from right here. There's only two things that I'm gonna be happy with that we do right here, and that is either take Chase Young or take Tua. And I understand there's a lot of people out there who just do not want to take Tua, but I understand how important it is to have a franchise quarterback that is going to be the future of your football team. And to me, this kid's Russell Wilson. Tua is the next Russell Wilson in the league. Of course, he has durability problems, and yes, I'm worried about it. But if we did something and we sat here and we learned, hey, maybe the Redskins aren't so sold on Dwayne Haskins, and we really are sitting here saying, hey, if our new coaches and our entire new staff is coming in here and saying our best shot to win for the future, and we have the second overall pick, and if they go and take a quarterback, I'm not going to be happy if it's not Tua. I'm not going to be extremely happy if it's another quarterback, because then it doesn't make sense. Tua is the only other quarterback that we could take right here that I would be okay with, and I know a ton of people are going to be upset, but I'm not going to be that upset. We need a quarterback, and you guys know I'm not even going to talk about it. You guys already know my stance on our quarterback situation right now. That's why I wouldn't be too worried about it. You take Tua, you let him sit a year, get healthy, and let him compete. And then we have two quarterbacks competing, and we figure out who's the best, and we roll from there with it. That is a huge deal. You need to have a quarterback. Oh, the picks in for the Redskins. Let's give this some. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys, but man, I think it's Chase Young. I'm a defensive guy. I like watching defense. We have defensive-minded coaches right now in Rivera and Jack Del Rio. If we take Chase Young right here, we're gonna have every single starter on our defensive line is gonna be a first-round pick. That is music to my ears. We're gonna get after people, and that's the thing. Even if, knock on wood, there's any injuries or whatever, we have guys like Matt Ioannidis to come back. We still have Ryan Kerrigan probably to teach these younger guys stuff that they need to know. It's exciting, man. So everyone's hoping it's Chase Young Day, but I'm telling you, if for some reason we switch up and we go Tua, I'm not going to be freaking out over here like most people would. So It says the Redskins picks in, but they're talking to Joe Burrow, so I'm afraid to lower the volume. I'm afraid to lower the volume and then it come back really fast with our pick. So, there was a bunch of things I was thinking about. What if the Bengals took Chase Young with the number 1 pick? Then we would have to go quarterback. I don't see us still trading down. And in this pick, we could trade down, but from what I heard, everyone would think that we would not trade down in this situation. And I was watching the Redskins live stream earlier today, right before the draft, and I heard Ron Rivera talking, and he was saying, we've already had people calling us and, trying to acquire our pick or whatever, stuff like that, but we're confident we have a chance to get a player that's going to impact our team right away. He's talking about Chase Young. It's going to be Chase Young. It has to be. So I think it's a sure thing, especially in this type of situation where we're in right now, where we can't leave our houses and we can't talk to these players and everything. It just makes so much sense that it's going to be Chase Young, because you need the more surefire thing. And right now, you don't know the health of Tua. We're sitting here looking at Chase Young. Chase Young's healthy. The best player in the draft. You have to kind of take him. But, like I said, I'm not going to be – if you watch other people, if we take Tua, here we go.
Washington is now on the clock, and you're looking at Chase Young.
My cat's Leela.
To be the pick there.
You took this toy?
Defensive end in this board, the best player, quite frankly,
my cat's
in this draft, based on total talent. If you look at Mel Kiper's big board, so let's tell you a little bit about Chase Young.
Let her play with that.
He's been able to do at Ohio State.
I guess I could have opened the door, but
great defensive ends over the years.
Well, it looks like he's on the phone.
Chase Young, of course, born in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Here's the entire list of Ohio State defensive ends.
I guess he's just talking to his family.
Years with double-digit sack seasons.
Wow, this is loud. Let me turn that down. Sorry.
That's why a lot of people think that they are zeroing in on the man they call the
What's up, dude?
because of those long dreadlocks he likes to wear. There's Ron Rivera, the new head coach.
I really like Ron Rivera, man, and I made a post about this the other day. I like Ron Rivera. I love listening to him talk. Picks in. But I feel like we've been working this man too much in the media. Like, let the guy relax. Like,
with the second pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Chase Young.
There we go. Chase Young.
Ohio State.
All right.
Congratulations.
That's the pick. I'm not even gonna. See, he was already on the phone. I feel like when it panned to him and he was already on the phone and stuff, I feel like he was already talking to people. So I'm going to mute that because I can watch all this later and hear everything people are talking about. You're going to see this and hear this. So, not extremely controversial here. Great pick. Everyone's seen this coming. We now have one of the most scariest defensive lines in all of football, man. And like I said before, and I've heard a lot of other people say the same exact thing, the number one position that you need to have in football is quarterback, and then right after the quarterback, you need to have someone who's going to get the other team's quarterback. Man, I really like Montez Sweat. I loved the pick when we got Montez Sweat, and I understand he was coming on slow. Montez Sweat was coming on slow last year, and there was actually people getting on me saying, "Oh man, you really dislike you did not like Preston Smith. You really hated that guy." And then look, Montez Sweat, he's starting off and he's not really doing anything. And I was like, "Man, you calm down." Montez Sweat is a grinder. He's the way that he's built physically, he's gonna grind and wear people down over the season. And sure enough, he started catching up with those sacks later in the season. Plus, he's a rookie. You know what I mean? If he's a couple years into his contract and he's looking like Preston Smith, hell yeah, I'm gonna get all over him. But right now, man, we got Chase Young, bro. This is another reason why I love Ron Rivera. I love the guys that we brought in. There's no head scratchers. You know what I mean? There's just no head scratchers. I forget what we did. We did something like we released Monte Nicholson. We released him, and that's kind of a head scratcher to me because I thought that kid had a lot of untapped talent. But I understand Ron Rivera. He wants his team to be his certain way. He's got to have it his way. Got to have clean football players, guys without a lot of baggage. You know what I mean? He's trying to rebuild the culture here, and I can't get mad at him for that. I just thought Monte Nicholson was one of the best safeties we've drafted in a long, long time. I mean, you know, it just sucks to see him go. But now, okay, Chase Young is a Redskin. Absolutely love it. And we're going back to the 4-3 this year. There he is with his family cheering on. I had as soon as before they even announced the pick, and he was on the phone with somebody, I was like, oh, that's the pick. He's getting a call from someone from the Redskins right now. They're talking to him. Who else would he be talking to on the phone? So not a shocker at all. I don't have no clue what the Detroit Lions are going to do. I'm actually kind of really interested what happens with these quarterbacks. This is going to be an interesting draft. There's a lot of good, like, top 10 players. Who knows where they go? But of course, I'm just going to finish this video out here, just giving you guys my initial thoughts. Man, I know I just talked about Tua and all that stuff, and I'm sure that pissed a lot of people off. But look, man, you have to have your situation, your quarterback situation, figured out in this league. If not, you are not going far, man. And like I saw people making points before this draft, that, you know, we're sitting here at number 2 and we're looking at Chase Young in the face, and there's people making arguments for you have to look in our division, and, you know, where do you actually rank our football team quarterback wise? Is Haskins better than all the other situations? Is he better than these other quarterbacks in our division? You know what I mean? You have to really really have to think about that. Now, I'm a defensive player. I'm a defensive type of guy. I like watching defenses just get after people. I love watching when there's just those dynasty teams where, like the Seattle Seahawks, where their defense is just ferocious, and they you know, of course they still have Russell Wilson that helps them win the Super Bowl and stuff like that, but their defense is just that fun to watch. That's the type of football I like to watch. And also, you know, I already said last year, I'm an old school guy. I like to run the football and play good defense. And in that situation, you don't have to have the best quarterback to win, but you do need to have a solid defense. And of course, our defensive line is stacked, dude. Absolutely stacked. And I heard Ed Oliver talking about this earlier, and I completely agree. People might be surprised, but I think next year, I agree with what Ed Oliver said. I think Montez Sweat might be the one racking in all the sacks next year, because everybody's going to be so worried about Chase Young and putting double covering him all the time. I really feel like at the end of the season last year, we sat here and watched Montez Sweat, you know, starting to get his groove going. If he keeps going like that this year, man, everyone's going to be looking at Chase Young over there and sliding protection his way. And then here comes Montez Sweat, dude. Or, hey, Matt, I just right up the middle. Who knows? Man, we are going to be a problem for people on the defensive line. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm a defensive-minded guy. I want to get after the quarterback. We switched to the 4-3, so we're going to be able to do that real good, real nice-like. And I am kind of worried about our cornerback situation. You know what I mean? You know, our safety situation. We're always bringing in these veteran type of guys. That's why I liked Monte Nicholson so much. He was a young guy. He was so fast. He was rangy. I forget what game it was where he ran across the field and tackled that one running back or whatever to help save us that game. Like, I don't know. I just really liked Monte Nicholson. I understand, though, you know, there's off the field situations and, you know, stuff like that you really have to be worried about. And I'm worried about it too. You know what I mean? I'm worried about it in certain situations. But when you're talking about just one player on defense, this is different than talking about like a quarterback or, you know what I mean, like some prime player, but just a safety on defense. I thought he had a lot more talent than us letting him go. But like I said, bringing in here, talking about this new regime for the Redskins, we haven't done a lot of head-scratching stuff. Like in the past, that we've done a ton of head-scratching stuff, like trading Kendall Fuller. Now we got Kendall Fuller back. All this stuff, all this head-scratching stuff. Bruce Allen is gone. Another thing I want to bring up, something that I talked to Ed Oliver when I met him in person, which is really cool. We talked about it, or I talked to him about it. I said, man, I feel really bad for Ryan Kerrigan. Ryan Kerrigan is a really good football player. He's not elite or something like that, but Ryan Kerrigan's the type of guy who would love to retire as a Redskin, but because of Bruce Allen, he can't. he can't retire as a Redskin because now we just drafted his replacement, and I feel like Ryan Kerrigan has a few years left, and he might get traded away after all this and everything like that. So it's really just like, I blame Bruce Allen, because if we had a competent general manager who could build a team, we would be able to have the luxury to keep Ryan Kerrigan on this football team until he retires. Because sure, we might have a better pass rusher than him on the other side, but our entire defense is so good that we can have a Ryan Kerrigan on our team who's not elite, but we still have such a solid team in general that we get to keep a guy like Ryan Kerrigan and he gets to retire Redskin. I feel really bad for Ryan Kerrigan. Who is this that they took? Oh, that's Joe Burrow. They're just showing Joe Burrow again. I was looking at the Giants pick. Chase Young, they're going through all the picks. Really haven't been paying attention. Of course, we'll see this every day, all day. Not too worried about. But just going back to the whole, like, we have to take the most elite edge rusher we can find, and you know what I mean, just out of desperation, because we need a quarterback, which we're hoping Dwayne Haskins is the guy. We'll see how he comes into this training camp and all that, or how he comes into this year. How focused is he going to be? You know what I mean? Is he out here to show all the doubters and stuff like myself? Is he going to come in and play no games and just be all no nonsense type of guy and try to win the job? Just say, this is my team, or is he going to come in a different way? But now with the team that we built with Bruce Allen here was subpar. Now we're looking at people, all great, Redskins like Ryan Kerrigan. Well, he's probably not going to be here next year. You know what I mean? Of course, we'll find some way to keep him this year, probably to coach up these younger guys and be a mentor and teach them how to be a true NFL player. But it's kind of bittersweet. We're looking at Chase Young, and man, it's so exciting. I cannot wait to see what our defense looks like. Can't wait to see what our entire team looks like this year. The defensive line is going to scare people, opposing coordinators, man. It just is. So now in the draft, man, we need to figure out what's going on with left tackle. A lot of people want a wide receiver. I'm not so high on the wide. I think we're okay, right? I mean, I understand that, people want some type of big name in here just to kind of solidify our wide receiver core. I think the wide receiver core is one of the strengths of this football team right now. And I understand, I see a lot of people talking about we need wide receivers. I'm not saying don't draft one, but if we draft a wide receiver, if we acquire a second round pick somehow or in the third round, I'm going to be scratching my head. I'm like, hey man, we need a left tackle. We need to shore up our secondary and the defense. We just need offensive line and depth in general. I like our running back situation. As long as people can stay healthy. We have Adrian Peterson. Don't see that man missing games. I feel like we're okay on that front. But we do have needs, man. We do have needs. But just a wide receiver isn't the first one off the list for me. I understand there's a lot of people who are thinking that way. But I think if we can keep getting these younger guys, like we did last year, I think we're going to be just fine. We don't need some big name tight ends. Tight end is huge. If we have another pick, it has to be left tackle or it has to be tight end in my opinion. Left tackle or tight end. We need to shore up those situations. And a lot of people, there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, we need a wide receiver." Well, why don't we get the best tight end that is a good pass catcher as well, blocker, and we need an all-around tight end. That's what we've been missing for so long. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. 20 minutes. I think it's good, man. I'm back. Thank you guys for watching. I had a really good, break from just football in general. You know what I mean? I'm still been following it. Still been, into football and stuff like that. But just in the off season, man, I can't come up here and just make a video off of just whatever news. You know what I mean? Football season is back, man. We'll be back here whenever there's something to do. We'll be talking about the rest of our draft picks or whatever real soon. So don't worry about that. Thank you guys for watching. I should have a new intro in this video, so let me know what you guys think about that. that intro's not finished, by the way. There's going to be more updated with it. So that was just a rough draft of the intro. So let me know what you guys think. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see the rest of their draft too. I want to see where these quarterbacks go, where the wide receivers go, and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think. Hail to the Redskins. It's going to be exciting. This could have gone so bad. Having the second overall pick, being the Redskins, is so scary because, man, we could have done something stupid. There was a rumor that we like Jordan Love, the quarterback, and stuff like that. Oh, can you imagine if we picked Jordan Love with the second overall pick? But that's what I'm saying. Things are different now. Sure, this is a surefire pick. You can't skip past it. But, I mean, still, we're not sitting here scratching our heads as fans anymore. I really feel like Ron Rivera is bringing football-minded people in here, and there's nothing else to do but be excited. So hail to the Redskins, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.